Hello students, today we are going to discuss about wavefronts and Huygens principle in optics. First of all, let us define what is wavefront. So it's a simple definition. If you want to ask me what is a wavefront, that is mathematically or in a geometrically, you can say that this is a locus of all the points, okay, with same phase, okay, at a given instant of time. So if you ask me how does it explain in a physical terms, then the term wave front is nothing but the front of the wave, okay. It's simply the front of a wave, okay. So how does it mean? Suppose that you have a source of light like this, okay. So you know that this particular source will emit rays of light in all the direction like this, okay. Now we need to find, so look at the definition. This is a locus of all the points with same phase at a given instant of time. So if you start the clock, okay, and if the start time will start from 0, and in that way that the time will keep on increasing. Suppose at a certain instant of time, these are the points, okay, we have selected in the medium in which the ray of light coming out of the source is moving, okay. So these are the points, fine, like that. So these points are having the same condition. The source has come out of this particular the light has come out of this particular source with a certain velocity, okay, and with a certain wavelength, with a certain frequency. So after reaching this particular point, so I am just, all these points are having again the same velocity. At this point also the light is having the same velocity. At this point also light is having the same frequency, same wavelength, and at the same time it is having the same phase, okay. So this particular thing, that is, if I want to draw a locus, okay, make a locus, okay. So this particular thing is basically called the wavefront, okay. So this is the wavefront. For a spherical source, suppose that a wave is traveling like that. Suppose the wave is traveling like that, okay. So you can see that these points, okay, this point, at this point is wave is having the same condition, it means the same phase. Similarly at this point, the wave is having the same condition, that means the same phase. So if you want to draw the locus like that, okay, this is a kind of wavefront. If you want to draw the locus, it is a kind of wavefront. If you want to draw the locus, this is a kind of wavefront, okay. Again, suppose that you have a so in all these cases you can understand that we are basically, the wavefronts are always traveling in the forward direction, okay. They always move in the forward direction. You can never imagine a wavefront in a backward direction. So wavefront is basically a kind of concept, okay, which represents the condition of the wave at a certain instant of time. If the conditions are same, then that particular array of points can be considered as a wavefront, okay. So similarly, the wavefront always travels with the speed of light in an isotropic medium. Isotropic medium means the density is same everywhere, but in an anisotropic medium, what happens? This velocity may differ depending upon the density of the medium, okay. So similarly, shape of the wavefront, how the wavefront will look, whether it will be a spherical one, whether it will be a straight one, whether it will be a cylindrical one, all these things basically depends upon the shape of the source. So it is totally dependent on the shape of the source. Similarly, another thing that is to be taken into consideration is that wavefront always travels in a direction normal to the direction of the propagation of light. Okay, so now we will talk about the types of the wavefronts. So if the source is a means source of the light is a point source. Okay, so as I told you, that light is being emitted in all the direction. Okay, like this is a point source. Fine. So in the medium we will find some points in the medium where the light wave will have the same phase. Okay, so this particular dotted line is basically representing the wavefront. Okay, wavefront. So this looks like a spherical wavefront. Okay, so for this, what is the condition? It should be a point source. Next thing is that yes, if you want to have a plane wavefront. Okay, so when is suppose that this thing, consider this thing. Okay, so if you are looking at you are a distant observer. If you are a distant observer, for you, your field of view will be limited to this section only. Okay, so this area will appear to you like a plane. Okay, it is not going to be a circle for you or sphere to you, it is going to be a plane for you. Okay, so when a small part of a spherical or cylindrical wavefront originates from a distant source like infinity, then the wavefront obtained is known to be a plane wavefront. Okay, so for when you are observing from a distant, okay, so what happens, this whole spherical surface will appear to be like a straight line. Okay, so the rays of light are coming out like this for you when you are a distant observer. Okay, so this point again will represent the points where the phase is the same. Okay, so this is a locus of the points from the source at which the phase is the same, the conditions are same. So this is called the plane wavefront. Okay, and for cylindrical wavefront, what happens is, suppose that you have a line source. Okay, you can say the slit. You know that when you have a slit, what happens? So suppose that this is called slit, isn't it? So you have just a small opening through which the light can come out. Okay, so for you, so this particular thing through which the light is going to come out, this is going to be behave like a slit. Okay, so what is my condition? Explanation is that when the source of the disturbance is a slit, okay, just like this. Okay, so from the slit, what happens? The ray of light is coming in all the directions. Okay, my diagram may not be that good. Okay, similarly, if I consider some point like this, I hope you can imagine that. So ray of light is coming out in all the direction like this. So this thing, next this thing. So I am drawing the locus of the points having the same condition. So you can understand this whole surface, that means this whole surface point on this whole thing. Okay, so every point on this cylinder, on the surface of the cylinder, is having the same phase. So this is said to be a cylindrical wavefront. So here the source should be like a slit. Okay, so there is a way of converting a plane wavefront. So you may be asked in examination that how will you consider converting a plane wavefront into a spherical wavefront. So for that, suppose this is a plane wavefront. Okay, so the rays of light are coming out like this. So you have a convex lens, the rays of light will fall on it. Okay, and since it is a convex lens, it is a converging lens, so obviously what is going to happen? So it is going to be like this. Okay, I may not be drawing it very straight. Okay, so since I am doing freehand diagram, so you see, so here what happens, this is a plane wavefront obviously, because these are the points you see which are having the same condition, they are having the same phase. Here also these are the, if you want to find out the points having the same phase, they will lie in a straight line or a plane. But after passing through the lens, what happened? These are the points, okay, which you will find with the same phase. So if you look at it, it appears like a spherical wavefront. So this is a plane wavefront, this is a spherical wavefront. Okay, so by using a convex lens, you can just convert it into a spherical plane wavefront can be converted into a spherical wavefront. Similarly, suppose you have a spherical wavefront. Okay, so spherical wavefront means the ray of light is coming out of a point source. Okay, like this. So it is passing through a convex lens, so light is falling on it like this. Okay, so here you see, if I ask you find the points having the same phase or same condition, they will be like this. Okay, so it is basically, initially it is a spherical wavefront. Now after passing to the lens, what happens? It is a converging lens, so it will converge the rays of light like this. Okay, so now after the refraction, if I ask you find the points having the same phase at any certain instant of time, so it will be like this. So if you want the locus, you see they lie in a plane. Okay, so that means you have converted a spherical plane wavefront into a plane wavefront. Okay, so this is a plane wavefront. Right. So in this way we can convert between make conversions between spherical wavefront and plane wavefront. These are some simple conceptions that you can take into consideration while preparing for your syllabus. Next thing that is important is Huygens principle. So this is the basic principle for many theories, okay, in optics. So what does it say? Okay, according to Huygens principle, each point of a wavefront is a source of secondary disturbance. Okay, is a source of secondary disturbance, and the wavelength emanating from this point spread out in all the direction with the speed of light. What I want to tell you, in the note for which is already provided in the Google Classroom, so you are not supposed to be worried about the theory, still I will write it down. So according to this principle, each, I will demonstrate it, means show you with the help of a diagram, which is what is basically showed means stated by this principle. Each point of a wavefront is a source of secondary disturbance. Okay, this is also called secondary wavefront. Okay, and the wavelets, and I will tell you what are the wavelets. And the wavelets coming out of these points spread out in all the directions with the speed of light. Let us come to the diagram, means illustration with the help of a diagram. Suppose that, again let us come to the point. Let us first of all again discuss about wavefronts. What is a wavefront? So I will take this point. This is a point source, isn't it? So it is emitting rays of light in all the direction. Okay, so wavefront means locus of the points in the medium having the same phase due to the wave. Okay, so if you find the points in the medium, you will, these are the points where the particular wave has the same phase. Okay, points having the same phase at any instant of time. So these are the points which are having the same condition because of the wave. Okay, that means when the ray of light was coming out of this particular point source, it was moving with a velocity c or speed of light. Here also the velocity will be the same. Okay, velocity is not going to change. Here also the velocity is going, wavelength is going to be the same, and the frequency is going to be the same. Now this thing is basically called wavefront. Wavefront is not real, it is an imaginary conception just to study the wave in a better way. Okay, now what Huygens says that each point on a wavefront, so this is the wavefront, this is the wavefront, and each point on the wavefront, so each of this point, okay, each of this point, this is just, you can't count the points, I am just showing some of, just for illustration. So each of the point is a source of secondary disturbance. So you see this thing, okay, this is the primary disturbance. You might have seen the waves coming in pond. Okay, so just like that. So this is a first wave coming. Okay, next, so I will call it primary. Now then each of this source, suppose that, let me make it much more simpler. Suppose this point. Okay, so this is also going to give out some waves. Okay, so these are the points of secondary disturbances. So similarly this point will also give a secondary disturbance, and you see size of the disturbance will be same because all these points are in the same condition. So similarly if I consider this point, it is going to have a disturbance like this. If I consider this point, this is going to have a disturbance like this. If you have this point, you are going to have a disturbance like this. Okay, this point, we are going to have a disturbance like this. Okay, so these are called secondary disturbances, or these are all called wavelets. Okay, these are called wavelets. So you can tell what is said that according to Huygens principle, each and every point on this wavefront, which is called the primary disturbance, okay, is a source of a secondary disturbance, and the wavelets or the wavefronts coming out of the secondary disturbances, you see this is the point of secondary disturbance. So this particular is called wavelets. Secondary disturbance is also called wavelets. So it is nothing but, sorry, so this is also wavelet, this is also wavelet, all these things are wavelet. Okay, now if I draw let me remove these unnecessary things. Okay, now these are the secondary disturbance, isn't it? These are called secondary disturbance, and this is called primary. This is secondary, this is primary disturbance. Okay, now if I draw again a tangential surface to this secondary disturbances, to this tangential surface to the secondary disturbances, so this is the tangential surface to all the secondary disturbances. This represents the next wavefront. Understood? Means according to Huygens principle, if you draw a tangential surface to the secondary disturbances, then that particular tangential surface again represents the position of the next wavefront. Okay, so I would like to draw another diagram for that. Suppose that you have a wavefront like this. Okay, so each of these points on this, so this is the primary wavefront. Okay, main wavefront, original wavefront. Now, as according to Huygens principle, this point is going to behave like a source of secondary disturbance. Yes, so this is the source of the secondary disturbance. Okay, similarly this point will also behave like a source of the secondary disturbance. So this is also the secondary disturbance. Similarly, this is also the source of the secondary disturbance, and this is also the source of the secondary disturbance. Okay, so this thing, if I draw a tangential surface to the secondary disturbances, this represents the next wavefront, position of the next wavefront. Okay, so this is called, this is the wavefront, this is the wavefront 1, this is the wavefront 2, this is the secondary disturbance, this is the primary disturbance. Just try to be clear about it. Okay, so I am again repeating in another diagram. Suppose that you have a plane wavefront. Okay, so every point on the wavefront should behave like a source of secondary disturbance. See, this is called wavefront 1, or it is also called primary disturbance. Okay, now all these points are the source of secondary disturbance. All these points, see. So this is called, this thing is called secondary disturbance. These are not wavefronts. Secondary disturbance. Okay. Now if I draw a tangential surface to all these secondary disturbances, okay, my diagram is not that perfect. Okay, so this is the tangential surface to the secondary disturbances. So this represents the position of the next wavefront. Okay, so this is the wavefront 2. Remember, this is the wavefront 2, not secondary disturbance. This is the secondary disturbance and this is the wavefront number 2. So that means if tangential surface common to all the secondary spherical wavefronts is drawn, then it gives the position of the wavefront at a later instant. And it's like, suppose this is the position at t equal to 0, so this is a position equal to at t equal to 1, like that, later instant. Similarly here also, this is the wavefront at t equal to 0, this is the wavefront at t equal to 1. If you want to know the position of the wavefront at a later instant, then you will have to draw tangents to the common secondary disturbances. So that's all about what I can say, Huygens principle. Thank you.